Gibler, Horstman, Kitson,
Present.
Popine, McLean, Mamini, Norberg,
Here.
Wilson,
Here.
Halen,
Here.
Hardington, Sheline,
Here.
Shippert,
Here.
Truckenbrode,
Present.
Wentling,
Here.
White,
Here.
Williams,
Present.
Nicholson.
Here. Some people that I know we're going to get on like Mike.
12.
We got 12. Are there any other members that have gotten on? Mr. Copine, are you there? Give us just a second. There's some people that we know should be on that aren't.
County Board meeting, 934-1205-0386, same on the wall. Okay, the same one that always used for okay. That was the email on the right. Yeah.
Just need Mike.
That's 13, right?
Yeah.
Can he hear me? Gibler,
Present.
That gives us our 15, so we go.
You want to wait for Mike?
Mike, I need Mike in.
Mike Copine,
Here. Did you get that?
yes, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Kathy.
Yep, we're good to go. We've got enough to make a quorum. So we've had the call to order, the Pledge of Allegiance, had the roll call. Now the old business is what we discussed in the Truth and Taxation meeting. And need a motion to pass the resolution annual real estate tax levy held over from October.
I'll make a motion. We pass that.
Ms. Shipper made the motion. Mr. Olson, a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. There's no other old business. Under new business, our treasurer's had some budget adjustments. And you should have had them emailed to you. Has everybody had a chance to look at them? Mr. Olson, you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, we got two budget amendment requests. One's from the Health Department. Of course, it's the grant due to COVID. There's an increase in a couple of grants and increase in salary. We need to approve that. And then the Sheriff Department, that's a resolution we're gonna have to approve. We're gonna move approximately $30,500 from contingencies to cover his shortage in overtime and some other things that to clean up his budget before year end. So we're actually going to transfer 30,500 out of contingency in the budget to the sheriff's budget. And then we just need 2 different motions to approve the amendment for the budget request for the health department.
So we need a motion to do the budget adjustments.
I make
Second motion, okay. I'll second it.
I make a motion for the budget amendment request for the Lee County Health Department.
Okay, do we have a second on that one?
Tucker,
Okay. Any discussion on that? All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? And we need a second motion to make the transfer for the sheriff's department. And
I'll make that motion to approve the resolution amending the 2019-2020 budget for the sheriff's department of $30,500.
Mr. Olson made that motion,
Second.
second by Copine. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 And also on your agenda is a question on a moratorium for the solar farms. And basically this would be putting a moratorium on the solar farms, but in discussion, we have a very stiff ordinance now as passed last month. Would anybody like to make a motion to do that?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Mike Payne here. I would like to make a motion to amend the request for the moratorium in lieu of the county chair establishing a committee to, I guess, handle some research or however we want to label that. So my motion is to amend the request for the moratorium and establish a committee to deal with this.
This committee would come out of properties because properties is where zoning reports to. And so do we have a second on that? Mr. Olson?
Palin.
Yeah, any further discussion?
I think that motion gives you the right to form a committee, an ad hoc committee to address the ordinance on the solar, and I'd like to see that happen.
Any further discussion on that?
I believe we also need a timeline on this. This isn't something that should be kicked down the road for 3
Right.
months.
No, I agree. I think that's Mr. Norberg there.
Yes.
And
I'd
I
like to see
agree with you
something done.
100%. It'll be on the agenda for properties coming up here in a week or 10 days. And Mr. Bowers is very timely and I know he'll act on it. We'll discuss it. Hopefully have something in place before the county board meeting. Mr. Williams.
I'd like for him to repeat what he said in the microphone, because I couldn't hear what his motion was. Totally. If you could speak in the microphone, please.
All right,
No,
I
hear
think
me,
Mike
Marv?
made the motion.
Mr. Copine made the motion.
Oh,
Mr. Copine did.
Marvin, can you hear me okay? Hello, Marvin. Mr. Williams.
yes, sir.
All right, can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
All right. I made a motion that, see, you waited too long now. I just made a motion to rescind the request for a moratorium and a committee to be established. I don't know if this, Chris brings up a good point there. However, I don't know what time element would be involved right now other than just researching and making sure that everything that we wanted is there. I'm sure that it is, but I'm not too concerned about a time restriction on this. We can get something put together or something can be put together by the meeting, that would be good too. There's nothing to worry about because the ordinances have already been passed. Everything that was there has been passed. So I don't know, what the circumstances are or what the discussion is on the time restriction.
We have a second on that.
So your motion, So your motion is to leave it as it is?
with the appointment of a committee coming out of properties who oversees zoning to make sure all the language is there, which it is, because we all reviewed it last month at the county board meeting, and it was passed at that point.
Thank you.
Any other questions on that?
Yeah, Sheline has a question.
Go ahead, Jim.
Just like to have some clarification on the makeup of the committee. Is that you're just leaving that up to the chairman, Mike, or we going to define who sits on the committee? I would think that you'd want probably somebody from the zoning board, whether that's Bruce or whoever, and of course Charlie should be involved in that. I would think you'd want 5 members at least.
Normally five is a good number. Probably would consist of Mr. Bowers, D. Duffy. We can get a member of the zoning board. Who else do you think would be appropriate?
Mr. Copine.
Mr. Copine should be on it,
I think Jim Sheeline.
and Jim Sheeline.
Oh, thanks. That's what I get for opening my big
Careful
mouth.
what you ask for, Jim.
Maybe Chris Norberg would like to sit
And
on
Chris Norberg, would you like to sit on that? That's 6 people.
It's okay.
And then Charlie and
Yeah, he's our legal advisor.
Yeah.
He already gets the big bucks. I don't know if we can put him
oh,
on. the ad hoc
I know,
committee.
but Charlie just needs to know that he needs to be there. So
Happy to be there.
That's satisfactory with everybody?
Yes.
One more question, sir. Then, the committee that the chairman select, they bring it to the board and then we'll vote up or down on it?
You can do that.
Okay, that's what thank you.
Did everybody hear that? I'll get together with Miss Bauer or Miss Duffy and Mr. Bowers, and we'll set up that committee, and the rest of you know who's going to be on it, but then we'll have a formal committee names and then they'll discuss it. But that will delay it a week or about a month actually, because we'll have to bring it to the board for confirmation.
well, I agree with Mike that there's, as far as timeline goes, you know, you've got the ordinance in place as it is, and you know, this gives us a chance to, you know, if there's concerns by industry in regards to, and I know there is, I've already gotten a phone call in regards to at least one provision of our ordinance that had been passed. You know, this gives us time to, you know, if somebody wants to file under the ordinance that we passed last month, then they're free to do so. If not, they can wait until the committee makes its recommendations to the board.
Rather than delay this conversation via properties into zoning anymore, we discussed getting Mr. Bowers, Ms. Duffy, Mr. Copine, Mr. Norberg, Mr. Sheeline, and then a member of the zoning board, whoever they may see fit, or whoever can put in that time. If that's adequate, I'll get those names together rather than, I mean, unless the board really wants to make that official, those will be the people on it. Is that okay with you, Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Okay. Is that okay with everybody else? And that will make sure everything moves along quicker.
I'm fine with it, yes.
Good, that fine with everybody? So we got a motion, we got a second. No more, any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Aye.
Was that a delayed aye or was that an aye to being opposed?
That was a delayed aye.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Okay. Seeing no more new business, just need a motion for mileage and per diem.
Palin?
Mr. Williams, second by Mr. Copine. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I,
I want to thank you very much for attending to this. There was a schedule for meetings next week sent out to you. And it tells that there's going to be a delay because of the reorganizational meetings. Some of the meetings are going to be moved a little bit into Tuesday. So you all should have a copy of that by now. So pay attention to that so you don't show up to an empty courthouse. So thank you very much. Need a motion to adjourn?
I'll move.
Mr. Shippert, Mr. Copine. Thank you very much. All in favor, say aye.
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 Have a good day.